might be working. Hello, hello everyone, and welcome to another wonderful Let's Play of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. So, I was having some issues earlier. I was having a lot of issues, in fact. But it seems like the stream is working, and we're ready, and I'm ready and back for action to fight at the Wolf's Den. So I am very excited for this to start working again. I was worried I might not get to play with my favorite fans, but here I am, ready to have an amazing match. Hold on, guys. Just sharing my... Oh, gosh. So last time we left off, the Steel Samurai and the Evil Magistrate fought a deadly and wonderful battle, and in the end, the Evil Magistrate lay dead. The Steel Samurai was nowhere to be found. And as it turns out, he claims his innocence, swearing that he upholds the Samurai Code, and that he would not kill a disarmed warrior. So now, we have to find out who done it. Who done it? So, actually, if anybody has not watched me stream, welcome to any and all new viewers. It is a pleasure to meet all of you. It is a pleasure to meet all of you. Now, yes, if anybody was not here yesterday, I played Nico GC. I was actually very hesitant on whether to play Nico GC or this game. Finally, after a bit of a dilemma, I decided to go with this game, because I haven't played this game in a little while, so I thought it was time to return to our wonderful game. And I am about to start in a minute, guys. Just throwing my information out there on my social media accounts, letting everybody know to come have a good time, have a great time at the Wolf's Den. On. Alright, I think we're all set. I think we are all set to go. Hopefully. Alright, without any further ado, I guess we should get started. Alright, let us begin our amazing journey. Alright, without any further ado, let us begin the case. Case 3. Turnabout Samurai. The trial portion. I was thinking about playing Nico GC today, but I am not quite sure. If there is time, I may try to play a little bit, but we'll see how this goes. I'm not sure how long the trial portion of this game will be. Lately, the trial portions have been amazingly long. Not that I don't enjoy it, but they have been long. October 18th, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom Number 4. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio 1 of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to the fact. I see. Very well, I would like to move on to some testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness. Very well, I call a most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to stand. It's Detective Gumshoe! Yay! It's Detective Gumshoe. I love Gumshoe! Alright. Oh, I miss this guy. He's a lovable oaf. Detective, if you would briefly describe this case to the court. Yes, sir! I'll explain with the guide map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studios. See? This here is the employee area. The actors did a run-through of the action scenes during the morning here. This is the main gate to the studios. The security lady that works at the studios was here at 1 p.m. on that day. Past the security station, there's a gate, see? Past that are the studios. And here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder, where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Will Powers, and a young woman, the production assistant. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. Then, after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. Now, jump ahead to later that day, 5 p.m. The production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was cancelled. Oh, rip Evil Magistrate, because after all, evil never wins. Alright. But I mean, jeez, dude, that's a huge gaping hole in his chest. Like, holy crap. By the way, can I just say this guy was ripped? Like, holy crap. This guy was freaking ripped. Oh my goodness. The time of death was 2:30 p.m. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. That's the case in brief. Anyone like to hear that again? Should I listen to that whole thing again? I don't need to. I think I could probably remember that. So the murder weapon was a spear. How medieval. That's so nonchalant. He's like, the murder weapon was a spear. How medieval. How rude. I'm like, well, I mean, that's pretty minor. That's pretty minor reaction. Somebody getting stabbed. But anywho. Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see? Understood. Let's call the security officer to the stand. Oh gosh, his voice, time to destroy my throat. Time to destroy my throat. Oh wait, that was Gumshoe again. Oh damn it. See, I love Gumshoe so much I can't not do his voice. Will the witness declare her name? Oh god, I don't like that. I don't like that look. My, aren't you a handsome fellow? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered. Your name, please. Oh dearie, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma. Oh, Edgeworth is fucking pissed. Your name, please. Seems Edgeworth has a bit of trouble getting his witnesses to say their names. Wendy Oldback, dearie. So just call me Grant. Oh gosh. Oh god, stop! Too fast! Oh my gosh. Objection! I object to the witness's talkativeness. Objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand. I was just getting to the good part, dearie. Perhaps we can get to the testimony. Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct? Yes, see, I was. And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you. You know your stuff, dearie. You may begin your testimony. She sure is one hell of an old bag. Oh boy, witness's account. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run-through there since the morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 o'clock when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from dinner till 5 o'clock. Now, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me because a certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was headed toward the studio. Uh-oh, it's not looking good for us. You saw the defendant then. Very well, let's begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Alright, so we're gonna press this old bag pretty hard. Press her hard enough till she blows out her bag of dust. Oh, anyway, sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. Just give me 1 second. Just check this. Sorry about that. I have to check some stuff out. Okay, we're good. Just make sure everything's running smoothly. On the day of the murder, oh wait, we already did this. So up until that time, anyone who wanted to could go into the studio? Well, there wasn't a security guard at the gate, no. But the main gate was locked, dearie. You need an employee card key to get in. Right, the card key that I have. So what she's saying is no one who wasn't supposed to be there could get in. Was there anyone at the studios when you arrived at the guard station? Hold Hammer to let them know to run through. I had some errands to run. Press her on that. How to press her on errands? What kind of errands? Oh, well, you know. Answer the question. Actually, I was watching poor Hammer and Pal was observing, you know? Observing? Weren't you supposed to be at the guard station? Whippersnapper, I told you I locked the gate, didn't I? I did my job. I'm not sure your boss would see it that way. Anyway, I always watch Hammer's run-throughs, always. Never missed one in all my years. Wow, I want to see a Steel Samurai run-through too. You could quit being a spirit medium and take up guard duty. Not a bad idea. I think he was joking. Anyway, it was 1 o'clock when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from there until 5. Now, the murder happened at 5:30. So the certain man walked right by. It was Powers. That man right there, and he headed towards the... Okay, I think I can actually press pretty early, because... I'm gonna present this. I think this is... Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's right. There we go. Let me get this straight, old bag. Miss Old Bag. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you? Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. Let me see that photo. Oh, we got him. What is this exactly? None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo Oldie Tokyo. Miss Oldbag, is this the Mr. Powers that you saw? Of course! Didn't your mama teach you any sense, Sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers, right? No, they can't. Well, I mean, I wonder. True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai. Ooh. I know that! I wasn't born yesterday! No one in this court is accusing you of that, Mr. Witness. He's having trouble calling her old bag, apparently. However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you? Nosy old man! Of course I have proof! What? Huh? Even Edgeworth is surprised. The prosecution would like to ask the witness. Please make known all the information in your possession ahead of time. How was I to know everyone would be so nosy? You should be ashamed, all of you! Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me this isn't any good as evidence, pal. He didn't even give a second look. Wow, old Windbag has left even Edgeworth speechless. She's good. Let's hear about your proof, then. Give me the photo. I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his leg. See? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy? Oh. So he had sprained his ankle. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. She's got to be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals. Okay, so... Alright, so we caught her in the picture, but she's claiming that she knows it was him for sure because the person in the costume was dragging themselves, and Mr. Powers had sprained his ankle. So... we obviously are trying to defend him, so we will not necessarily know it's not him, but we have to try to figure out. I'll never say anything. I can't really press her on that. There's really no reason to press her on that. That morning, during the run-through of the action scene, trip and fall, he broke one of the props. Let me press her on that. He broke a prop? Sure did. His own samurai spear. His samurai spear, the murder weapon. Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it. This strikes me as a significant detail. I'd better write this down in the court record. The murder weapon, a break in the shaft, has been mended with duct tape. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Was Mr. Powers' ankle badly sprained? Not so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room to rest up after lunch. Thus the nap. Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot when I saw him dragging his foot when he walked. Dragging his foot, okay. See, clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy? Still, you can't look at this and say it's Mr. Powers. Yes, but only Mr. Powers would have been dragging his leg. He has a point. It does seem quite likely that it was Powers. There's gotta be more to this. I better keep pressing her. Well, Nick, find any glaring contradictions? Well, she seemed pretty sure that Mr. Powers was in that photo. I guess I'll just press her and see if I can... Okay. So I gotta press her pretty much everything. Are you absolutely sure? Let's take a look at the picture again. So he was walking strangely because he was injured. It does look like he was dragging his foot. See? And you didn't trust me, whippersnapper. Oh, wait. Hold on. I think it's this. Nope. Oh boy. Hello to the new viewer that I see stopping by. Welcome to the Wolf's Den. Alright. So that's how I know it's kind of... Trip and fall? Yes, that's a thing. He's supposed to be the Steel Samurai. What a laugh. So Powers sprained his ankle. I helped make it better for him, of course. You helped make it better? I kissed it where it hurt. Let's just skip over that part, shall we? Where was the assistant then? Oh, her? She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle. You may continue your testimony. Oh. Here we go. Okay. I think we've heard enough. Haven't we, Your Honor? Well, there is one thing that bothers me. Which is... where is this Steel Samurai costume now? Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking though. Anyway, that's not important. The witness did see the Steel Samurai, yes. And it is clear that the person in the Steel Samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers. I suppose that's right. Are you sure you're sure, Your Honor? Are you sure you're sure? Object. Hold it right there! We keep talking possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the Steel Samurai. Nowhere in this photo can we see Mr. Will Powers. The defense has a point. I also wonder if someone else not caught on camera could have killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider that possibility also. Uh-oh, Edwards got his smug-looking face. Then allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please? No need to ask twice! Uh-oh, oh gosh. Witness account continued. The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., true? The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. Oh, I already got her. I already caught her red-handed. So if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be the Steel Samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. I already got her, because... remember, guys, when we looked at the photo, remember it said something. Hold on. This says photo number 2. So, it's got to be this. Yep, this one was an easy one. I got this one easily. Hold on. Look at this photograph one more time. This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct? Yes, sirree, sonny. So whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture? And here I thought you didn't know you head from a hole in the ground. I apologize if my old bag voice isn't the best. It's actually... I'm having fun, though. I'm enjoying myself. Right. Anyway, it's also true that the computer in the guard station records all security cam data. Oh, you know, if you wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening. That very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo are printed the words, October 15th, 2 p.m., photo number 2. 2, as in dos, not trace, not uno, dos, Miss Oldbag. Even I know that means it was taken at 2 p.m. on October the 15th. Really, Sonny? Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit at the end where it says photo number 2. Photo number 2? The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it really was the only photo? Ooh. Order, order! Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright. Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not 1, but 2 people went to the studio that day. Yet there was only data for one of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access, the security lady herself. Me? You watch your mouth, whippersnapper! The only person I saw that day was Will Powers. But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by. Well, yes, that's what it would seem to me. Can the witness explain this to the court? I don't understand these newfangled computer things. Edgy boy, help! Huh? Believe me, I want to, but I don't know what this means either. Some help you are. You're whippersnapper too. Whippersnapper. Something the matter, Miss Oldbag? That's right! I just remembered something! Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate, someone other than the Steel Samurai. Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way. Hold on, give me 1 second, guys. Oh, guys, give me 1 second. I will be right back. Alright, guys, sorry about that, I'm back. Duty called. Okay. I see. Your testimony, please. Oh, boy. Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. Also, guys, I hope everyone is doing well that are currently watching the stream. One thing I did want to talk about. So, obviously I'm playing this game today. I did mention that Nico Jissi is a game that I currently play. I don't know how everybody else thought about it. I had a lot of fun with it. I really was enjoying it. I feel like my voice acting has gotten a bit better. I noticed with the game a bit better. And just in general, I'm very excited to keep going with the game. I played it like a year ago, but I love the game enough that I'm willing to play it again. Like I said, I'm still currently thinking what to do for the 3rd game. Nobody has sent me any recommendations. Well, not true. I've gotten a few. Send me those recommendations, guys. I'm really debating on what to play next. I did hear Adrasta got its public release today. I ruined it a little for myself by looking at some of it, and I had some serious feelings. It was amazing. So I am really excited to play that game in the near future. But I go through the photos recorded on the security camera and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see? Come to think of it now, I remember throwing out one photo that day. Oh, Edgeworth looks pissed. He looks like he's about to jump. He looks like he's about to jump over the table. Miss Oldbag, this is the first time I've heard of this. Well, of course. Well, of course, Sonny. I've only just remembered it. Right. Anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin the cross-examination. Well, I'd say this was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this. Alright, so I'm at the press on everything. I'm not sure what the information is. Another job? That's right! I check all the people that passed by the main gate that day. I look closely at every one of the photos that security camera takes. Do you back up all of the security camera data? Well, they keep telling me to, yes. But those computers are just so frustrating. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking. How exactly do you determine what is suspicious looking? Oh, you can tell by looking at their faces, for the most part. For the most part? This is a murder trial, Miss Oldbag. Well, I didn't touch that suspicious-looking Will Powers photo, did I? I think she's missing the point. No, I'm gonna throw in. Well, who in the heck... that line. Well, who in the heck was in that photo you erased? A fanboy. Fanboy? Steel Samurai fanboys. Real freaks if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsals from gosh knows where. They're always hanging about. One was there that day. Uh-oh. Wait a second. Didn't you just say no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words. Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes into the employee area. Oh, remember this was open. The grate has been loose for a while. It lays outside and, well, that's where they come in. They come in through the drain? I told you they were freaks. Oh, and they're kids, children, whippersnappers. Oh, kids? So, on the photo that you erased, it was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade. Ooh. What? Order! Order! Let me get this straight. You saw 2 people pass by the gate on their way to the studios that day. One was a steel samurai dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be in about 2nd or 3rd grade. Oh yes, well we see his type there every day. Can't stop him, can't catch him. A boy in 2nd or 3rd grade. I assume it would be hard, not impossible, for a young boy to wield a samurai spear. If not impossible. Impossible, I think it's quite heavy. Right, as I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data. Nick, what's going on? I mean, the boy was there. That makes him a suspect. Yeah, they're already trying to unsuspect him. Uh-oh. This court will take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information this time. Uh-oh. Well, we got some information, alright. More interested in what's going on here. October 18th, 11:08 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3. Mr. Powers? I kind of forgot what I did for this guy's voice. Yes. Tell me straight, were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio? I didn't go to the studio. I was sleeping, honest. So who was the Steel Samurai in that security photo? How should I know? The Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really. What? You should take better care of that stuff. I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal a Steel Samurai costume. I got a little tongue-tie there. So, where does this leave me? It doesn't look good. You're the only likely suspect right now. Nick! What are we gonna do? First, we play for more time. I thought you said pray. For a second, I thought you said, first we pray for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this. Right! And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we could get another day. Right, but if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot. You don't sound very optimistic. I'm not optimistic at all, actually. Hey, Nick, it's time. Okay, let's go. What does that mean? Please don't sigh like that. Uh-oh. Oh, no. I think this is the last time the game messed up. Please, hopefully the game will not mess up today. Court will now court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present the prosecution's thoughts on this matter? The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studios was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence.
But Edgeworth, edgy boy, I want hard evidence. No, where's my hard evidence?
But there is still no one else that could have committed this crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers. Very well, Mr. Wright, your thoughts. The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime. Order. Interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind. However, be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. What do you mean you don't look kindly? Judge, do you remember my second case where you accused me of being the criminal? Like, what do you mean? You don't look kindly on people being accused innocently. You accused me last case, Your Honor. Your Honor, you accused me last case. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized. Right, great. As if the stakes weren't high enough. So, who was this person other than Mr. Powers that could have committed murder? Oh, I hate doing that. Oh, I hate. I got it. I did it. I didn't know. It was the security lady, Miss Wendy Oldbag. Uh-oh. How? The Steel Samurai is dragging his leg in this picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about that morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady, Wendy, she looks like she's about to fucking, she looks like a damn demon lady. Oh gosh, she's, oh boy. Alright. Well, at least I guessed right. I was really worried for a second. The security lady, old bag. What? Whippersnapper? Whippersnapper. I'm sorry. I know her voice is not the best. I'm trying, guys. Give me credit. Order. Is this true, old bag? Oh, that's Miss Old Bag. Old Bag? That's Miss Old Bag to you! Miss Old Bag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself, in other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume. Then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder. Why would she go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume? Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in his costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers. I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright. Oh yeah, right here. Sherlock Holmes number 2. Oh, what? Phoenix, calm down. Calm down. Oh my god. I was expecting that line. Uh-oh. That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he usually jump up with an objection and some new damning evidence? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter? The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time. What? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so you all think I did it, is that it? Edgy boy, don't just sit there, do something! What's my move? Maybe now's my chance to take this the whole way. I'm gonna say to press further. Fuck it, press further. The very same reason that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Oldbag's actions on that day. But why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer? You forgot that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive too. Indeed. That did it. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope.
Wait just a minute! What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy, the one whose photo I erased.
He's only a grade schooler though, as you said. 2nd or 3rd grade, was it?
That doesn't matter. When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds tops.
Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? That boy is not the killer.
What? How can you be so sure? Oh, or is it be nice to the kids and mean to your elder days, whippersnapper?
I have proof.
But proof?
Indeed, then let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed this murder?
Pretty sure I think it's this.
Your Honor, the murder weapon was a samurai spear. That very spear is shown here in this photo. How could the boy have taken the spear? It's impossible. I see. Well, would the witness care to comment on this? The Windbag, speechless. This has got to be a first. Very well. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Miss Wendy... What was her name? Something Oldbag, Your Honor. Then the prosecution will look further into this old bag before we continue.
Oh my gosh.
That is all. This court is adjourned.
Was that it? That was...
Oh, I was about to say, that was really short.
Well, wait a second! I'm not gonna just sit here while you run off barking up the wrong tree! Me! I'm talking!
Oh, God.
Oh, great. Stop the presses. The Windbag wants to talk.
Miss Oldbag, what is this all about? Have you omitted something from your testimony? Again.
Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about.
Not to talk about? By whom? Huh? You mean it wasn't Ezra who told her not to talk? Well, testify. Testify to the Lord.
My lips were sealed. Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder. They said they had nothing to do with it, see? So they told me to just pretend they hadn't been at the studios that day. But if you're gonna go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free.
Miss Oldbag, this is crucial information. Why did you keep this from the court until now?
Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told.
No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the old...
Oh, you guys are missing out. This is too much.
Witness the power of the old bag.
Witness the power of the old bag.
Oh, yeah.
This is a good case.
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
Okay, my lips were sealed. Alright, so we're going to press her for everything. I don't really know what evidence to present for this.
So you were told not to talk.
That's right, by the studio and the TV bigwigs, no less.
Why didn't I hear about this?
Don't be too hard on yourself, Sonny. We were all in on it.
There were some other people. Who were these people?
Well, the director and the producer, for starters.
The director? We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without a director? Of course.
Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it.
So where were these people?
The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around...
Hold on, guys.
he joined the producer around lunchtime, and they had a meeting after that.
Where?
Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer.
Studio 2? There was a Studio 2?
Well, if you look at the guide map, here it is. You go through the gate and all the way to the left. The path
where the monkey's head was fallen over. Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination? Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination? I think I already asked all my questions, but they said they had nothing to do with it, see? Miss Oldbag, this is a trial for murder.
I know that, silly. Still, they were pretty convincing about having nothing to do with it. And they gave me a little bonus on the side. Oh.
What is with this lady? They gave me a little bonus on the side. These guys, the director and producer are like, hey, here's some money for not telling anybody that we were here. That's not suspicious to you? So you got your bonus and you still talked. I think I asked all the questions. I have that. Nope. Continue the cross-examination. Yeah, there's no... So they were actually in the studio?
Yes, the whole day. When they heard about the murder, they beat it before the cops came.
I'll kill this woman. I swear it. Oh shit! Oh god! Edward got fucking pissed! He's like, I'll kill this woman, I swear it. I feel sorry for Edward, almost. She really left him hanging on this one. Them? Who were these people?
Well, the director and the producer, for starters.
The director? We should have known something was fishy. Oh wait, I think we already did all this. I think I already asked this. Oh. Almost the right perception. Take a break. I asked everything. Your Honor, we have learned there were others at Global Studios on the day in question. The director and the producer and some bigwigs were all present. Yet, as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers. The court acknowledges the defense's point. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Miss Oldbag, and more information about these other people we have just been told of. Oh, Edgeworth is pissed off. I understand, Your Honor. This ends the day's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. This court is adjourned. Oh, is this actually the end this time? Yes, it is. For right now. October 18th, 1:04 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me.
Oh, really? It's nothing. Oh, or should I...
We'll be going down to the studios to do some more investigating. We have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial of witnesses for certain. So now's my chance to get material for the cross-examination.
So, Nick, have you figured out just who it was in that steel samurai costume? Could it really have been old Windbag?
What do you think, Mr. Powers? I don't think it was her, really.
Neither do I, Nick.
Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off Mr. Powers.
Poor old Windbag. I feel kind of sorry for her.
Well, she wasn't winning any points in there with or without any accusation. My accusation. Okay, let's get down to the studios.
Right, we'll be back to visit you soon.
Thanks. Thanks, guys. Okay. So, guys, I hate to do this. I'm gonna save the game. I know this part wasn't even an hour, but I just feel like it's best to do this. Yeah, this part's really true. See, I want to keep going, but part of me is always like, oh, is the stream gonna mess up or is the stream not gonna mess up? Also, part of me is thinking maybe I just chose a bad time. I'm not really noticing anybody really watching. I appreciate everybody who is watching right now, but I don't know. I'm thinking I chose a bad time because usually there's a lot more people in here, and I'm like, it's really quiet. It is really freaking quiet. I do think I'm end tonight, though. I think I'm going to end a little early today. I want to thank everybody who showed up for the stream, all of my lovely fans. I thank you for taking the journey into the wolf's den. And see, you found out this wolf is not such a bad guy after all. So thank you everybody for coming by. Without any further ado, I will see this has been Fallen Wolf stream. And my plan to and I am going to try to stream tomorrow. We are going to do some more Nego GC. I do think I'm going to do Phoenix Wright 2. I will probably do a bit of Nego GC. And then I will probably do the investigation, the day 2 investigation portion of the trial tomorrow. And maybe a little bit of the trial. It depends. I don't know how long the investigation will tell us. I usually try not to do more than an hour and a half of stream. But anyway, thank you everybody for stopping by. And I hope you have a wonderful day. See ya.